Welcome back to the third part and the last about the Kasparov Gambit. So after e4, c5, knight f3, e6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight c6, knight b5, d6 and c4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, knight a3, and now d6, d5. So this is the starting point of the Kasparov's idea to solve immediately the problem in the Sicilian defense. So after e takes d5, c takes d5, c takes d5, and knight b4, bishop e2. So this variation, this line we already studied in the previous lecture, and in the 16th game of World Championship match 1985, Kasparov prepared here quite unusual move, bishop c5, instead immediately capturing the pawn on d5. And after short castling, and black played short castling, so suddenly black achieved just great compensation for the sacrificed pawn, and Kasparov just gradually completed this one of his brilliant games in practicing, and maybe one of his best games in his chess career. However, immediately after the game, it was found that bishop c5 move has some problem, and this problem is the bishop e3 move, which basically puts a very big question mark of all the idea of the Kasparov's Gambit. So what's the problem here? The problem is that black's bishop has to be trade after bishop takes e3, and instead of playing f takes e3, white is using the tactical possibilities on this position where knight on b4 is hanging, and white could play queen a4 check. And that's exactly what happened in the game between Anatoly Karpov and John Vanderweel in Brussels 1986. After knight d7, queen takes b4 and bishop c5, Karpov achieved quite easily serious advantage by playing queen e4 check, king f8 and short castling. So white is just simply pawn up, no much compensation. I would like only to say that somehow Vanderweel just succeed here to escape for a draw after b5, knight c2, knight f6, queen d3. So white is continue protecting the pawn on d5, g6, bishop f3, bishop f5, queen d2, h5, knight d4, but the evaluation here is absolutely clear. White is having very big advantage. Not only the pawn up, but also all his pieces are quite nicely posed in the center, and as I said before, only after very long defense Vanderweel made a draw here from very difficult position. However, as we can see, after the opening, it was not so great position for black. So let's back to the critical point after bishop e3. Bishop takes e3 and queen a4 check. So Kasparov in his book recommended, in his book, two matches, which one of the first book which Kasparov wrote in the chess author. So he recommends here to play bishop d7 after queen takes b4 to play queen b6. Force white to exchange the queens, and since two bishops, black could have some good chances to escape for a draw. However, white is having just simply free pawn, and the compensation